morning. Let me make sure I start with some shout outs. Great morning. All right, all right, all right. Who we got? We got Dudley, great morning. Justin, great morning. Kevin, great morning. Maria, great morning. It's good to see you. Namir, great morning. Tiffany, great morning. Burgundy, great morning. Tiger, great morning. Want to make sure Anthony Sharp, great morning. Mathali, great morning. Austin, welcome to the call. Avis, great morning. Brandon, great morning. Welcome to the call. Mommy, great morning. Crystal, great morning. All right, guys. So this is our 7 a.m. call. This is where we train, right? This is where we learn a lot of things that we may need for our week to be successful. So I'm happy you're here. Hopefully you got your student mindset ready. You got pen and paper ready. This week right here, we're going to do something a little bit different. There's a few different items that I need to go over with you guys this week. So I just want to make sure I take some time and share that during our 7 a.m. call. So what I plan to do is make sure that I share my screen, give you guys the agenda of what we'll be going over today. That's vital. That's important, right? For you to understand that much, right? Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here. First and foremost, our 7 a.m. call here. I just want to make sure that we go over the agenda. We want to welcome our new agents. We want to make sure we go over the book of the month, our cancels for the month of April. Today, we're going to go over on this call. And then I want to make sure that we introduce what's called Bambooh HR, right? And then, of course, we'll open up the call like we always do. So a little bit different, right? But exciting. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, guys, I want you guys to make sure that you guys understand that right now we are growing. Now, our goal is to get to 100 active agents inside of the field. And just last week, we put a huge dent in that goal, right? We onboarded 9 new agents that actually made a sale inside of the field. And I just want to make some time. I just want to take some time to make sure that we give it up for them. I want to give it up for Rihanna Kaufman, right? Who is not on this call, but I want you guys to make sure, man, that if you can, right, just make sure that you throw your hands up, clap, give a thumbs up, right? I think everybody's on mute. I just want to make sure I keep a controlled environment, but let's make sure that we give it up for Brianna Kaufer. Welcome. We also got Egypt Karabala, right? I hope I said your name correct, right? But Egypt, keep kicking ass and taking names. 7 sales last week on your first week. You are proof that it is done, that it can be done, right? That you can change your circumstances, that you can go to a new level here. So congratulations and welcome. You're one of us. Lapina Cousins. I got a chance to speak with you earlier. I think it was Monday during the week here, and I saw how determined you are, right? You don't give up, and I'm happy to have you here. So obviously you're not on this call, but you'll watch this back on the playback. Nefertiti Hudson, can't forget you. Great job. You just came into the business. Hopefully you're alive and alert, focused on your goals for this week. Brandon Omar, I got a chance to, Armor, I believe I said that correct, right? I got a chance to speak with you as well, right? No slouch. He is definitely on this call. We'll take some time and hear from you in just a second, Brandon. Daryl Miley, right? Daryl Miley, great job on your first week. Obviously, we want to welcome you as well. Karshawn Massenberg, right? Welcome. Jaquil Dobson, welcome. Austin Fobbs, welcome. So we just want to make some time out to make sure that we take that we hear from you guys. So I know Brandon is on this call. So if I can, I'm going to unmute you, Brandon. If you can, just let everyone know how you heard about us and obviously what's your goal for this week. Brandon, let me unmute you now. Everybody give it up for Brandon.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Great morning.
How's everyone doing? Yeah, so my name is Brandon Armour, and I found out about this job through Antonetta, and she's my recruiter. And yeah, she broke it down to me on the role of this job. And I saw it as a great opportunity to give back to the community because, you know, everyone was going through a lot of things during the pandemic. And even now with the inflation, I figure that, you know, signing up for Verizon's free internet, you know, that will help people, you know what I mean, along the way. So that's the reason why I took up the opportunity.
Absolutely. And we appreciate it, man. I'm happy to have you here. And just like you said, right, if you really want to make a lot of money, find a problem and fix that problem right now, right? And the problem right now is that there's a lot of people who need internet who obviously can't also afford internet. And sometimes, right, we're right there to help them. So we're actually fixing that problem. So we're going to talk a little bit later about the impact that you guys are making. So welcome and thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for partnering with us.
You're very welcome.
You're the man. All right. I don't believe we have anybody else of the from these newcomers on the call. So I'm going to move forward. But guys, let's just make sure that we continue growing. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the cancels for the month. Well, the numbers overall, but specifically, I want to hone in on the cancels, and I want to let you guys know how special we are as a company. All right. But starting off with 695 total sales last week we made. So congratulations to us. Great job. That is no small task. 695 total sales in the month of April. So congratulations there. Now let's talk numbers. 585 of those homes actually connected. Now, just so you guys understand, that is 85%. That is almost 85% of the sales that we actually made, they got installed. So just so you understand, we are doing something right. As long as we are less than 20%, right, then we are in there. And right now we are running about 85%, about 84% totally. So great job there. Now, 98 of those 695% total sales actually canceled. So that's less than 15%. So obviously, when I hone in on the cancels, and you guys know what a cancel is, right? Let me go over that really quickly. A cancel is when you sign up a customer, but they don't get installed. It could be via them missing their installation date. It could be them coming to the home and the technician not being savvy enough, or maybe they don't have something there, or better yet, maybe they don't, they question your validity when you sign them up, but automatically they may ask their technician something like, hey, am I going to get this for free? Meaning they're having doubts. And then at that point, maybe the technician doesn't know anything about ACP. And then at that point, they just decide to cancel the whole thing. They never got installed. So for those customers, that's what we call a cancel. That's what we do not want. That's what we call a boo. We don't want those. Why? Because we don't get paid. So obviously we're doing a great job, but I do want to make sure that we highlight that. We got 98 cancels, which is down month over month. But obviously I want you guys to stay on top of it. I want to share some best business practices here in just a second here. And then obviously we had 10 of those sales, only 10 of those sales, which is less than 2% that disconnected. Now, just so you guys understand, the disconnect is when a client actually installs the service and then disconnects after the service. At that point, what happens is a chargeback happens. That's what we do not want. Again, that's another boo. We don't like that, right? So obviously, I just want to make sure that I open up the call a little bit, and I want to hear some best business practices from some of the top dogs that's on this call right now. So I'm going to make sure that I not only shout you out, highlight you, but I also want to see what you guys are actually doing out there to make sure that your cancel rate is low. Some of you guys got some really good systems, and I just want to make sure that I challenge you and see what you can bring to the call right now. You know who got a really good system, something that I've never seen done before, and she's also, she isn't relying on anything digital. She's pen and paper, right? Every day writing down her sales, got a stack of paper all over her home, a file cabinet, sometimes she's just at the kitchen table, literally with all these papers out, and these are all her sales. It's Crystal Jackson. She has a very unique system, somebody that definitely is focused, right? Even sometimes being able to work from home because she has all her sales just laid out. So Crystal, if you can, come off mute and share some best business practices with us on how you actually follow up with your cancels and follow up with your customers to make sure that they get installed. I got you.
Good morning. So what I do is, I just moved them too. So I have a stack of paper because we have our pay period, so I don't get confused on my pay. So say like the pay period is April the 1st through the 7th. I have my stack. Then I have April the 8th through the 14th. I have my stack. I have April the 15th through the 21st. I have my stack. So I know each week who I'm supposed to be paid for. So on the day of pay period, when we get our prelims, I go on my prelims, I pick up my stack and I say, well, this is who I'm supposed to get paid for. So I go down the line, and if I'm missing somebody, I go to the paper and I say, okay, so I'm missing Miss Peterson. I'm gonna give Miss Peterson a call. Hello, Miss Peterson, how you doing today? This is Crystal, your Verizon rep. I see you didn't get installed. You know, was it a problem, whatever? Oh, baby, I didn't even get to the door. I didn't hear the door, and I was trying to figure out what I need to do. But don't worry about it, because I'm gonna call and get you, you know, a new date. So that's what I do. Or then you get some people that say, you know, I just didn't want it or whatever. So why you didn't want it? Is there anything I can do? Whereas people are telling me it's a scam, I assure you it's not a scam. I can give you the number to Verizon, like to call, you know, and see that what I told you was true or whatever. So the system that I do have work, like I see Quincy sent me 2 people that missed their appointment yesterday. And I called those 2 people, and it was just like I got to change their date. So they didn't miss it because they didn't want it. It's just sometimes, you know, things happen, doctor, hospital, you know, just, you know, life happened. And, you know, you can always go back and just reissue them a date. So I do my system that way. I won't be all over the place with knowing who I'm supposed to get paid for this week, who I'm supposed to get paid for next week. So when Ms. Peterson say, okay, I switch my date to the April the 19th, I take her paper from the stack that I was supposed to get paid, and I put it over here April the 19th. Now I add her to, I know I'm supposed to see her on my check for this pay period. So, you know, I just do it like that. I have 4 the whole month. I have my stacks of the week of who I'm supposed to get paid for. And it works very well, very well. And then what I do on slow days, things might not happen, I go back to my old paper. So, you know, I've been in the hospital, and I was trying to get in the field, and, you know, Quincy said, I can't go. Miss Charlene said I couldn't go. Nobody wanted me to go outside. So what I did was I can't lay down and let nothing happen. So I go back to my old papers from when I first started. Okay, let me check on these people, because it's been since September. Let me see if they just still installed. And I got 5 sales yesterday off of me going back to my old people. Going back into your paperwork helps.
Great job, Crystal. I mean, that's exactly what I want you to share with them. That's a very unique system. That's someone that is very on top of her game, right? Obviously, she's not going to miss any money, and no money's going to miss her. Congratulations there. I want to give a shout out to Maria, right? And I want to hear from Maria. Maria, what are you doing special? Because you're someone that's often, right, you know, whether you have a lot of sales or a little bit of sales, it doesn't matter, right? You're always on top of your sales, your install dates. You're always following up with your clients. And then a lot of times your clients are actually Spanish speaking clients. A lot of times you definitely got to make sure you stay on top of them, right? Because you're the only one that can really communicate with them. So share with us exactly what you're doing to make sure that you get your installs installed and you keep a low cancel rate. Let me get you off mute. There you go.
Good morning, everybody. So what I'm basically doing, once I get an installation day for my customers, I always tell them, once you're installed, or even when the technician arrives to install your service, just call me and let me know that the service was installed. And then I'll literally walk you step by step on how you go about to apply your ACP code. So I basically always have the customer call me and let me know they're installed. So I check them. I check them for being installed. And then I also tell them, once the ACP code is applied, just send me a text and let me know that it's all done. So then when they text me or even call me to tell me, hey, I applied it, it's all done, I have a check for installed and done next to their name. And I have a similar system that, like Crystal, I do keep pen and paper, and I write all their names, the date they're supposed to be installed, the phone number next to their installation date. So if anything, I can always, instead of going through stuff, I can just call them, reach out. And that's basically my system. I just like for them to call me and let me know, because like that, I'm on top of it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing, Maria. Guys, if you don't have pen and paper ready, if you're not writing these strategies down, these systems work, right? Obviously, we just want to make sure that we get you paid, obviously. And not only that, but we want you to get the money. We want you to keep the money inside of your pocket here. You can do very well for yourself here, but you have to treat this like your own business, just like Maria just said, right? The systems really pretty much are similar right? But you got to do the work. So obviously, guys, let's make sure that we continue to follow up, and you guys are doing a great job. I want to back up for a second right now, because again, we got, I'm just looking over the list here, and we got Austin on this call, and I miss Austin, right? He was one of the new hires from last week, kicking ass and taking names. I'm excited about him. Let me back up, right? You guys see his name down here at the bottom, Austin Fobbs. Austin, do me a favor, come off mute and share with us your goal for this week, or obviously, and how you enjoying the company right now. You know, whether you like us or not, right? The floor is open. Let us know if we're doing a bad job.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir. Live and alert.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? So I'm somewhat newer to the field, but I saw Wallace was my recruit, and I saw how upbeat and his personality, and that's really what drew me to y'all. And then I also see how y'all were able to reach out to the community, and I know even like my girlfriend's father still didn't have home internet, so I was able to help him out. And since then, I was like, I think this is what I want to do. It puts me out in the field, puts me in front of everyone, which fits my personality perfect. And my goal for this week, I mean, I would like to match Wallace's goal, which is at least 10, but don't want to jump too far. I'm gonna stick with what I can get. Probably, I'm shooting for 7. What I'm hoping for by the end of the week.
Not a bad goal. Obviously, right, as you're getting acclimated with the position here, you're going to continually get better and better. I can tell you from previous experience, I can tell you what really gets addictive, you being able to help others, right? And that's exactly why, I think a lot of us are here, right? Because again, that's how you truly do become successful, by helping others. So thank you and welcome, Austin, right? Great job there. All right, guys. So obviously we just went over the cancels for the month of April, our total numbers, right? How many homes we got connected and how many disconnects we had. You guys can see that we're doing a really good job, right? Just proof that we're making a real difference inside of our communities. Inside of Philadelphia, I do believe that we are making a difference. You guys are really kicking ass and taking names. I want to give a special shout out to Philadelphia right now. Why? Because you guys are on fire. You guys are on fire. You guys got that momentum. Congratulations to you guys. Keep taking care of each other, making sure that you guys are alive and alert, right? And get out there to the field and change your, and change everyone's circumstances, not just your own, right? So great job. Now, the next thing is that we're getting into Bambooh HR. Guys, I'm not sure, but by show of hands or maybe virtually, guys, how many of you guys have used Bambooh HR at this point? Bambooh HR, which is our new automated hiring and onboarding system. How many of you guys have used it? I'm gonna jump in the chat now. Right? Let me see it. Avis, okay, good job. We got you. Learning it. Austin, okay, good. Reggie, me, okay. What's up, gang? You guys out there? All right. Justin, okay, good job. All right. So continue to drop those. I want to tell you guys why it's important, right, for Bambooh HR. Obviously, right, I set a goal, and we've had this goal for quite some time this year now, to hit 100 active agents inside of the field. Now, this just isn't a goal, a number that I pulled out. It's a number that I have factored in. The fact of the matter is that we have a contracted obligation to Verizon to hit this goal. And in order to get there, right, it gets difficult, spreadsheets and everything else. So we have now automated our hiring and onboarding system. This allows us to move much faster and to get you guys taken care of much faster. So if you guys have anything like a picture that you want to update, you can do that. If you have anything like your direct deposit information that you want to update, you're able to do that, right? We can do that simply through that app or through press of a button. If you need to get in contact with anybody here, you can do that now right through the app. Right? If you need to just take time off, you can do that right now through the app. You can get that approved by your general manager. And this is just going to help us on our road to 100 active agents. So I want to open up and see if you guys got any questions about that. But in fact, before I even open up or ask any questions, I just want to go over some things. I want to show you guys something. So I'm going to take some time and share out the screen here. So if everybody is paying attention to the screen here, I just want to share with you some of the ways that you can get into Bambooh HR. Now, first and foremost, Bambooh HR is Let me get you in here, Samsung. You guys to know you can always get to Bamboo HR by going to our website, which our website is bridgethegapmarketing.com US. I'm sorry, bridgethegapmarketingus.com. You guys are looking at my screen here. Obviously, when this comes up, you can get right to Bamboo by going right here to agent login. Okay, now this has been added to our website. So click on agent login here. It'll bring you to the login screen, log in through Google. That's if you're on a computer and you don't have the app downloaded. But once you have the app downloaded, one of the first things that you want to do is you want to make sure that you save it. Okay, let me show you something here. Go this way about something. Here. All right. For some reason we're having some difficulties with Google. Let me clear out my cache real quick. Let's see. See if that helps me. Okay. This is just one way, by the way. We can always just log right into Bamboo. But let me make sure that I fix this problem here. Good job here. So I can just click agent login here, log in through Google. I always trust this browser. Yes, I trust this browser. It's trying to correct you. I mean, it's trying to make sure that you guys are protected. Obviously, once you log in, you got your home screen here. What's special about our home screen, if you ever actually log in through a computer, is you're going to have a lot of celebrations here. Everybody's birthday and everybody's anniversary date is already here based on exactly once you've hired here and onboarded. And obviously you put in your birthday, like we got a birthday coming up. Lamisha's birthday is coming up May 4th. Leah Brown, May 10th. Congratulations. I can't wait to celebrate with you. Brittany, we got May 12th coming up. So this is a big month for us, obviously, all together. We got company links here that you can see, right? You'll be able to see who's new and onboarded throughout the company here. So we're pretty excited about this. Obviously, you're going to have some other analytics there as well. So you guys take some time and check it out. If there's any announcements, obviously, they'll be sent out through the app as well. You can obviously just click on it. Like today, we actually sent out last night the announcement for this call. So you can go right there. You guys probably already got this through your app, but you can literally go here, click on that link and join this call. And it's as simple as that. We want to be able to make sure that we can get the group together at a moment's notice. So congratulations on that. Another great thing that is that you can actually always take time off. You can request time off just by clicking this button here and actually putting in exactly anything that you need, the time off, the days that you need, what you need the day for, and a note. It'll obviously go over to your general manager where they can approve it or deny it, right? But obviously, right, all the ways you guys, most of the time, you guys are going to get approved for your time off unless there's some extenuating circumstances, right? And then obviously we will be able to make sure that we speak with you about that. Very important and vital, right, that we understand how this system works. And it's not just actual desktop. This is also on your mobile phone. So I ask you guys to make sure that you guys are downloaded with both, with the app and also access it through your desktop. I want to make sure that you guys know what this looks like because I know most of the time people are on their phones. What this looks like is this here, right? Can you guys see my phone? You see that app that says Bambooh, green one? Right there, that is the app. I press on it and I'm in there, right? Then at this point here, all I got to do is click my info. And if you haven't updated a picture of yourself, a nice professional photo, please take the time to do that, right? Now, obviously for your newbies, we want to make sure, because this is your badge photo. So make sure that you actually update your photo as well as the other information that we need. If we do not have your date of birth, if we do not have your social, then we cannot run your background checks. And we got to get you authorized. So very important, right? Everybody's on their cell phone now, and we just want to make sure that we keep up with the learning curve now at this point. Let me get you in here, Antoinetta. All right. So obviously now at this point here, I like to make sure that I open up the call because again, we went over a lot, but it's important for us to make sure that we actually have an open forum. That's one of the best things about this call, if you ask me, right? It's the fact that I get a chance to hear from you guys, on a weekly basis. So I want to open up the call for any questions, any concerns that you guys may have. Our book of the month this month is The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I'm super excited about that. If you guys want to read along with us, then obviously go to Amazon and download that book. If you're on our Instagram page, then go check it out, see what the book is, see what the book looks like, and then download it off Amazon. You can listen to it, you can download it, or you can just order the book. Right? There's nothing wrong with you starting your own book club or having a bookcase inside of your house with books in it and you just actually reading, especially leadership, especially sales, anything based around recruiting, anything based around training, I suggest, because it's the quickest way for you to get wealth. So let me open up the call right now for any questions or any concerns that anyone has. Let's do it, gang. At this point here, we are free to come off mute as needed.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Like I said, nigga, so
Great morning, Antoinetta.
I just wanted to ask if we will be getting the tablets.
Yes, absolutely. So that's one of the things that, right, Talia will be notified first and foremost of the tracking numbers. But yes, absolutely, we have tablets on the way.
did the ID badges come out?
Absolutely. Make sure that your badges are uploaded. Make sure that Bambooh is updated with your photo, and the badges are on the way as well. Great questions.
Hey, Quincy, this Justin. I mean, I don't think that I'm gonna ever be a part of the scenario because I don't think I'm gonna allow myself. But I heard people personal opinions in the meeting on Monday. And do you think it might be a little bit better if you do a grace period of, like, say somebody don't meet their tier that first week, but then they don't make it the second week, then they get their tablet took. At least they be able to rebound, because I heard somebody venting and then they didn't even get their tablet back when they made 5 the next week because it wasn't there to get back. So it's like, is it possible that y'all gonna do like a second week grace period for them so they don't lose motivation on a mental with the situation?
Great question, man. And what it comes down to is it comes down to your standards, right? Let me ask you, by show of hands, how easy is it to do 5 sales?
It's easy. Definitely.
Can you do it in one day?
It's kind of easy because
Yeah,
By show of hands, how many? I mean, how many? Well, by show of hands, who don't believe that they can do 5 sales in one day? Who don't believe? Okay. It can be done. Good job. I see you raised your hand, Reggie, but I switched it up on you, so I know I probably confused you with that one, right? I'm trying to see because, Maria, I know you know. Reggie, I know you can know. I can tell you guys this right here. I think that you guys look at 5 sales like the goal. 5 sales is never the goal.
never to go.
It's never the goal, gang, right? 5 sales is the minimum. It's the minimum.
The
So
reason
when you shift your perspective just a little bit, right? You raise your standards, one, right? And then two, you never fall below 5 sales. You know, that's a day. That's not a whole week.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I just want to know, I signed up for, I had to fill out my whole file, like, and everything, but the only thing it didn't give me was to put in my social security number. I filled out everything else and my direct deposit, but they keep asking me for my social security number, but the thing not coming up, so I just keep every time somebody inbox, texting or something, I'm sending it to them, so it's like I'm just sending my social security around to everybody.
Okay, now I definitely don't want to do that, right? Who did you send your social security to so far?
So a lady called me yesterday and she texted me, so I sent her the info. And then I was on the phone with somebody named Quincy and I gave him my info. Then I gave it to Deli. Then I gave it to Talia as well.
Okay, very good. So one of the things is that we want to make it easy for you, and you weren't just able to, you just wasn't able to put it into Bambooh yourself?
No, I wasn't. That's the only thing that didn't pop up with my social security, but everything else I filled out perfectly fine.
Okay, and this is Egypt, right? Do you know who Quincy is, by the way?
From my understanding, he's the top. He over Talia, right? I mean, am I wrong?
That's the boss.
Don't laugh.
You talking to him right now?
Listen, everything not funny, okay? I didn't say all that. I'm just saying, like, I didn't know. I thought he was over Talia.
You're talking to him right now.
I
Huh?
you know, I truly
That's how y'all know I don't know nobody. Like,
yeah, that's
so
super.
this is Quincy right here with the dreads.
Absolutely.
How you doing, Quincy? I'm Egypt.
I'm well. Egypt, you know I know who you are. You know, not
Yes.
but you know, we put your name up on the board earlier. Right.
Yeah, you know, I be killing it out there, but it's kind of hard because yesterday was kind of hard because it was raining and everything. Everybody was so pressed on getting on the buses. Oh, it's cold, so like it do be hard. But my first week of being there, I got 9 people. You know what I'm saying? My first 2 days, I got 5 in a row.
Yeah.
So like it's not that hard, but it's hard sometimes. Like you do have your hard days. It ain't easy. You just gotta keep pushing.
Can I say something? Egypt, when they running away, tell them to give you, tell them to give you.
Say it again. We broke up.
Let me try to mute somebody who's off mute here. Guys, we want to make sure that we keep the background noise to a minimum. Let me see. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That sounds a little bit better, Egypt. We can hear you.
All right. So what am I supposed to do with my social security number? Like, do y'all still need it or y'all good?
No, man, we have it. It's updated. I just looked at it, but I want to make sure that you can actually get into Bambooh and that you can make sure that you can navigate that system. Let me make sure here that I mute everyone in here. Oh no, that is from you, Egypt. Okay, so you got the background noise, right? You'll be able to come off mute in just a second. I just want everybody to be able to hear me. Obviously, that's exactly why Bambooh is in place, right? To make sure that we can, you know, one call let you know exactly what you need to do to update it. And it's obviously there. And matter of fact, we just made it so at this point here, you won't be able to advance to the next point without this information being inside of the system. So obviously, guys, it's not 100% yet, but it will be. I mean, well, you know, it's hard to strive for perfection, but what I can tell you is there will be a constant improvement here, you know, obviously with Bambooh. So give us some time. But I can tell you, everybody that you just spoke to is trusted, one of my leaders here, you know, and I trust them with my own information. So you have nothing to worry about here. We take proprietary information very serious. You can come back off mute now.
So Quincy, this me Egypt. So you just want me to wait and see what happens, or?
No, I know that it's taken care of already. We've already got it updated, right? I spoke to you personally.
Right. Okay.
That's why I called you. That's why when I got the opportunity to speak with you, I just went ahead and said, hey, put her on.
All right.
No, great job. Great job. And just so you know, Egypt, right? You know, anytime you join these calls and you're speaking, guys, make sure that you got your cameras on. Don't make me feel like I'm speaking to the screen.
Oh God, turn on my camera right now. The fuck?
Yeah.
You want to argue?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
You see me now?
Great job. Didn't you get married?
Huh?
Didn't you get married in the field? Yeah. Give it up for that.
That John Big ain't me.
Hey, listen, that's that. Hey, listen, I know true love when I see it. When I see people out in the street, right?
She get on my
I mean,
nerves, but I
like,
love her.
acting like as if it's just y'all two and nobody else in the world matters. That's true love. Congratulations. You got it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good job. I want a wedding invite.
I got you. I got you. I write the whole job, all right?
Thank you. Guys, don't be shy. Let's get it. We got questions and we
We'll
got the
be
time.
we'll be
Let's do
we'll be in my wedding saying free Verizon and shit. We gonna get everybody. I'll make sure everybody that comes to the wedding that's in the job, everybody get one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. Now you remind me of Crystal. That's something that Crystal Jackson would do. All day. Guys, what other questions do you guys have? The floor is yours.
Has Bamboo been updated? Like, are we able to put our goals, set our goals in there now?
Absolutely. You can go in
Yes,
right now and update your goals.
I just
Okay.
checked into it. I was on the phone and changed my picture. It's working.
Oh, okay. You get to change the picture too?
Yeah, he just said it.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I'm sorry. I think I joined late a little bit.
No, it's all good. Antoinetta, we get yeah, who was it? It was Brandon who gave you a shout out, right? You got a new recruit on this call. Obviously, all of you guys should be taking advantage of what we call recruiters credit. You know, here you guys get a recruiter's credit. And to the best of my knowledge, we are the only marketing company that does that. There are a few things that we're exclusive to, right? Which is recruiter's credit is one of them, right? The fact that we market in so many different areas is another, right? So great job there. What else, gang?
Hey Quincy, I was telling Leah this. I've been having a problem with Verizon contacting my customers. Like, I'm not contacting them, but sending them email or letters about they have to prove identification and stuff. But it's not like it used to be every once in a while, but now it's like so frequent. It's like the last week I dealt with like 5 customers saying the same thing. One of my customers wasn't even installed yet, and they were sending them a bill, telling them that they had a bill. And I'm wondering, like, is that becoming like frequent with everybody? Is anybody else experiencing this? And what can we do about that? Because it's scaring my customer. One customer just said, you know, I'm just going to leave because they was giving me. He felt like it was a hard time. I know it wasn't, but
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, has anybody else experienced this?
no.
Yes, I actually got a customer that said something to me yesterday. They got installed Monday and they said they already got billed and they wasn't even installed for a while. They just got installed Monday.
Okay, that's a little bit different, right? I want you guys to know a bill is generated right away. Right away. You know, it's not surprising at all for them to get that bill. But the good news is that I've been in the cable industry a very long time. And when you're actually able to get cable installed with no money down, no installation fees, it is phenomenal. You know, and then you don't even have to pay that bill until 30 days later. Once you guys install them, you guys understand this is working, right? Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
But they do, Quincy, he right about the there is asking customers, there is asking them to verify themselves like real fast. Like some customers got the patience, some customers not, but there's nothing we can really do about it.
Yeah.
All right.
So let me get back into it, right? Egypt, thank you, by the way. That's definitely going to happen. I want you to brace your customer. Let them know that once they will receive their bill as soon as they're installed, right? At any point, expect the bill. Sometimes it doesn't get there so fast, but sometimes it does. Brace the impact. Now, I want to get back to this. Eugene just said that he has his customers that he is signing up, Verizon is contacting them back and trying to steal his customers. Has anyone else experienced this.
So
I wouldn't necessarily say steal the
Not
customers,
still, not
but I
still.
think what they're doing is they're trying to discourage them. And once they don't sign up, they can come back and try to get them. It's the same thing as stealing, but they're asking a lot of my customers to verify themselves. Like, after they already got their ACP and everything, now they're calling them back, asking them to verify themselves, and it's discouraging to some people. Because as a matter of fact, today I have to do that for somebody. They want him to download his information, and I was having a hard time finding a way to download the information for him. So, but this is becoming frequent. Like,
yeah, I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you what I know. But first and foremost, I want to kind of see throughout the organization. Anyone else?
I want to. I've had the same issue with the Verizon wanting the customer to prove of residence, or sometimes they want you to upload something like that, a document to prove that they currently reside at that address in order for the installation to go through. So I had a customer that I got them rescheduled, and I didn't know that the reason they missed their installation was because they wanted this proof of residence. So when I went back in to search their order, this is what it's saying. Like, I have a picture of it, but I can't upload it. But it says you have to go into verizon.com/myverizon to register and upload proof of residence. So that's the website you have to go to for the customer, or help the customer go to upload whatever document it is they want you to upload.
Correct. Slightly different situation. I want you guys to not get confused here. When they have to upload proof of residence, it's because there's already current services at that address. We shouldn't be signing up clients that already have service at that address, unless, right? Obviously, if they just moved in, customer didn't move out properly, meaning by get a disconnection date, or someone who lived inside the house is actually moving out, and now they're taking over the bill, right? So what they do is they ask for proof, because now at this point, Verizon is getting mixed signal. There's already current services there. Now we just signed up for a new service. And at that point, they got to contact the existing services and say, hey, are you moving out? Because we have another request for service. If they do not get notification from the person who already has service there, then they won't roll that truck out. So that's why they're saying, like, hey, listen, make sure that you upload this information. And once you do, obviously it clears it away. It's easy peasy. You can go right through the app and download it there. Or if not, then the current customer has to call up and set a disconnection date. If they set a disconnection date, then they won't have to contact them back. They won't even notify them through the app or anything. So that's a little different, right? But that's one case scenario that I was going to go over as well. But
Can I then? So this is the second time that this happens to one of my customers, but the first one, the person that lived there moved out and never disconnected their service, just like you stated. So my customer had proof of residence, and they did get a installation. Now this one, he's telling me, I asked him, does anybody has Verizon there? Because it's saying that it's it looks like some has service there. And he's like, no, nobody has Verizon here. So whoever lived there prior to him never got it disconnected, like my one customer in the past. So Verizon, what they do is they try to reach out to that old customer. If they can get a hold of them, they'll disconnect it for the person and then get the person installed. And if they can't, then they definitely need the proof of a lease or new residence. So that's how that works.
right. Thank you, Maria. That is correct. All right. But now a little bit different. I want to make sure that we stay focused, because the actual scenario is that my client is being contacted. They're asked to be verified information. It almost is they're questioning our validity, right? And I want to see, is this happening to anybody else? Crystal, you got your hand raised, and thank you for your patience.
So when I had that problem, what Eugene was speaking of, what happened was the address was flagged for fraud. So they had to send us over to the fraud department. So they asked a couple of questions like, how long were they at the address, where was their last location, if they had Verizon at the previous location, and was they moving, their old internet service to the new internet service. And what I thought was going to be a long drawn on process, it wasn't. Once we talked to them over the phone, they released the order. And that was the first time that the couple said that they ever, she said for 13 years, they've been at that house and they've been going through fraud at that address. It's the first time it ever went that smooth. So I guess whatever it was flagged for, they had a year that it was flagged. But when they gave them the answers, it went right through because the truck didn't come. I think I spoke to you about it. The truck didn't come. And after we called, when I got to the neighborhood, the truck was there.
Mhm.
Okay. I had that situation before. This is a different scenario though, where they're calling, they're telling them to identify themselves, not the residents. And another thing, to clarify something, you can get service in the house with Verizon in it if it's a room and house and it's showing up at, I believe the post office has designated it, like units, apartments, downstairs, upstairs, because I set my roommate up, she's right down the hallway. If it's different units, they can get services in the house with Verizon already in it.
You say they can or can't?
They can. I've done it. My roommate is down the hallway with service.
Yeah, I know that. I did that before too.
Mhm.
As long as it's in the post office as units and they come up unit, like if you say 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street and say unit 1, 2, 3, or 4, of course you can see people.
Right. Yeah. So the thing about them having to identify this, like I said, one of my customers, I can't find, they sent me, I made them screenshot me the letter that they sent them. But like I said, they're asking them to identify this. This is after they already have the ACP number and they completed the process to get the ACP number. They're still, and this is like this person, this was the day after they got set up, they sent them this email.
Yes.
What?
Let me.
I've been through stuff with Verizon when I had spoke to Quincy about a lot of stuff because I make sure I jot it down. Verizon do get a little savvy with, with the customer and like, oh, I can't find the order number. Can you give me the order number again? And you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I can't find it. Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and put the order in. So what I tell my customers is tell them, no, thank you. I have an agent. Because if they put their order in, it's no longer your sale.
Right.
It's there.
I'm
gonna speak to my agent about it, with anything I have going on because they are quick to do it. I've seen it so many times.
Right. So let me help, gang. Right. Because a little bit different scenario right there. That's when you're inputting the order, obviously, right? You can have a lot of people are on autopilot, right? Especially when you're dealing with the call center. We don't know if a person just woke up. We don't know if a person just came back from the bathroom. We don't know if they washed their hands or not. You understand what I'm saying to you? And they pick up your phone call and they're like, yeah, they heard the number, but then it's like, say that number again. What is that again? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of miscellaneous there. That's something totally different. What Eugene is speaking about is something that we were made aware of almost 30 days ago, right? And I think I made the leaders aware of this as well. Verizon is questioning the validity of our sales, right? As any good client would, right? We're doing a great job, an amazing job, right? They appreciate the business, but they also have to make sure that they inspect what they expect. Right. So what this call looks like is literally them calling back up your customers saying, hey, how you doing? Great job. We saw where you got installed. We saw where you're getting installed for service. Actually, it was Eugene who actually set you up. He's one of our best sales agents. Let me ask you, how'd it go? What they're listening for is they're trying to see if you actually help them with the ACP. Obviously, you guys know at any juncture, right? At no point should you be putting in ACP information to your personal cell phone. It should be done on their cell phone. You should be doing nothing more than giving them that website. What they're going to do is they're going to act like, yeah, we're one team. We're on the same team. They're your friend, right? But what they're listening for is how much did Eugene help? All right. Did he use his cell phone to do the information? How did he actually place it? You understand what I'm saying to you guys? Right. So Philly, we have it set up where a technician is going to be coming by the office on next Tuesday to be able to speak to you guys, obviously, right? Because again, we just want to make sure that we are in compliance. We want to make sure that we're doing the best job here. And I haven't heard any negative feedback so far on anybody. So I'm grateful for that, right? And it's something that I didn't want to create too much alarm on, because obviously I think that we're doing a bang up job. I look at you guys on a weekly basis. My camera's on at least always, right? If your camera's on, you can see each other's in the eyes. I would kind of know if you're doing something funny, or somebody would tell me. Enough people love this company enough. But obviously, just make sure that yes, they are questioning the validity. They are trying to understand exactly what it is, how you helped out the customer. We signed up a lot of ACP deals, right? Same product, 300 over 300. We're doing a great job, but we also want to make sure that on the back end of that, we want to make sure that we never actually put that information into ourselves. I want to do that information for their client, right? Because again, that is a red flag. That's out of compliance. So yes, that is happening. I can see where it's not happening as much as I thought it was happening, by the way, right? But be prepared for that.
Quincy, I wanted to
Yes.
mention something. I had a customer, usually since I deal with the Spanish community, sometimes my Spanish customers, when they try to apply their ACP code on their own, they are placed on hold forever until they get a Spanish representative, whatever. So sometimes I go a little above and beyond to make sure that my customer applies their ACP code. So I had to help a customer yesterday because they called me and they were trying to make sure they applied the code, but they couldn't get through. They were being placed on hold for hours. So I took it upon myself to go over there and help them apply the ACP code. It is kind of annoying when we do. Like if I didn't help my customers, I wouldn't even know this. How the customer, when they call and they know what they're trying to do, like all they want to do is apply their ACP benefit to their account. How one of our own Verizon agents inside of the company is trying to like shove down the throat of the customer, like, well, you can upgrade or this and that. Like if they're not informed. Me personally, I know I tell my customer everything, like their options, how they could have the fastest speed or if they want the free, like I break it down for them. So when the customer's calling and they're like being here stop, like all I want to do is apply the ACP code, they're telling them, but they're like, well, you can upgrade if you're not satisfied, if it lags, this and that. They know all this. I even told them if the free don't work, they can upgrade later on, they still get the discount. But it's annoying because it takes longer, it takes forever. It's like they're trying to make a sell on top of our sale. Like, so I don't know. I've seen it, I've dealt with it just because I have to help some of my Spanish customers, because the language can be a barrier for them. So I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know. I was annoyed by it myself yesterday. And in regards to some of our customers sometimes getting that first bill that's generated, that $59.99, it's a little weird because I've had customers that the bill gets generated and I tell them, as long as you apply the code within the 48 hours, you're good. That will be then the next month discarded. Sometimes it is. Sometimes there's customers that do have to pay that $59.99 because they say, oh, well, they can pay the $59.99 and then they'll get that money reimbursed to them once the ACP code is in the system, which is weird because I've even been like, well, why would you have the customer pay one time to them give them their money back? That's kind of crazy, but hey, I guess it's part of the package deal or whatever. But some of my customers, if they apply the code within 48 hours, they don't have no issues. Even if the bill comes, it kind of gets wiped out. So I don't know. That's just something I wanted to share.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that. So right on, right? We've been dealing with this for years, Maria, first and foremost, right? It's something that is it's something that we've been challenged with for a very long time. I've had Spanish speaking agents. I've ran into Spanish speaking agents, just in my travels, and they'll tell me that they work for Verizon. They've been working for Verizon for a very long time. And, we've had in-depth conversations about how that's why they work at Verizon, because they don't have enough Spanish speaking agents there and they're able to finesse things like that. Right? That's the truth. Right? So I say that to you guys because, again, it's not going to be 100% perfect. There are going to be a lot of things about the job that aggravate you. But like I started off this call, at some point I said, if you really want to become wealthy, you have to find a problem and solve it. right? We are the solution for that problem. You know, no pun intended, but that's how we're bridging the gap, right? We're the gap between the customer and Verizon. A lot of times people get frustrated dealing directly with Verizon. So thank God they can deal with us, right? And we're better navigators.
Quincy,
Yeah.
Quincy, what about when you want to call, you try to help somebody? I was on a call like that, me and Dudley, and the customer was trying to apply ACP, and Verizon agent said he got it from here. I can hang up. He told me I can hang up.
Never do that. Never.
Ask Dudley.
I believe you. No, listen, absolutely. I want you
But
to.
I hung up and I lost my gig.
Oh,
Customer never answered the phone again after that.
absolutely not. So at no point, right, should you be passing off customers to Verizon. Obviously, when you jump on the phone, obviously that's exactly why we got tablets so that we could process the order ourselves. You know, if it's a CVC
My
issue,
fault, Miss Shirley.
obviously if it's a CVC issue, then that's nothing more than obviously let me get on the phone with the CVC. You give them the information, they release your order, you continue with your order. If it anything different and they say, hey, listen, you know what, you can hang up, right? You never know, right? Again, this is why I try to always make sure that you guys are in a controlled environment, right? Because again, everything aggravates the situation. If you're not in a controlled environment, if it's very noisy, they can't hear your client, they will ask the client to, they will ask the client, can they give them a call back directly? And if they do that, then there's that opportunity, right? So obviously it's just best they, you know what, let's stand over here where it's quiet real quick here. I can pass you over my phone. We'll make sure that you speak directly with the CVC, but at no point, right, do you say, hey, I'm going to call back. No, we need to take a paper order. It's something that, you know, that always comes up. Every now and then it comes up, like our systems are down. Let's take a paper order. No, we don't take paper orders neither, right? I will contact my customer back. I will get this customer signed up. Remember, we're in the game of sales, right? And in the game of sales, a lot of times what they're trying to do is they're looking for any inconsistency in your order. So what that means is, let's just say you signed them up for internet and you signed them up for television. You gave them the test drive package, but maybe they understood it to be 90 days free movie channels, right? And then the customer service rep actually corrects them, saying, no, it's 60 days, which it is. Obviously, we know the correct way to pitch the test drive. And then at that point, that's an inconsistency. So instead of going back in the system and just modifying your account, they will use that as an excuse to cancel out that account and put in a whole new order. So these are the inconsistencies that you got to be aware of. But one of the things that we're always best at, and you guys can see from our cancel rate here, that obviously if they sign up with us, they usually get installed 85% of the time. And then we can probably cut that number to a smaller deficit, right? By utilizing some of these the tips and things, that strategies that was utilized on this call, that was said to us on this call. But I want you guys to remember, right? Don't give your customer any opportunity to deal with anybody else. They're dealing with you. They're dealing with you for a reason, right? When they got Danielle's number, they got Danielle's number. When they got Reggie's number, they got Reggie's number. You know, when they got Kevin's number, they got Kevin's number, you know, and I even let my customers know. It used to always be a habit. Hey, listen, if you need anything, you give me a call. Okay, here's my direct cell phone number. If I don't pick up, just shoot me over a text. I will always respond to you, right? You guys should really write that down, what I just said, because it does something to people. Each and every time I let a client know, right, that if you call me, right, and you don't get me, then feel free to give me a text, right? And if not, then I will definitely make sure that I get back to you. I will always respond to you. It always does something to them. It lets them know, like, okay, good. Right? And then you shoot them over a quick text from your phone right then and there, right? And you say, hey, you got me? All right, cool. Why? Because I'm not securing my sale now. I'm also securing all of the sales that customer is going to provide me. So I want a direct line of communication. You know, these cell phones are not cheap, but I promise you it pays for itself. Whatever cell phone you have, it has to pay for itself. And here's how it pays for itself. If people don't know you, they can't contact you. If people don't know you, you know, you can't make no money that way. So when people get out there on their phone and they be like, nah, I'm not giving them my number, shit, you can have mine. Mine on the internet. You can go get me right now. You know what I'm saying? If this thing is not ringing, then cool, I'm not doing something right, because it can't pay for itself if it don't ring. That's what it's for, right? So just make sure that you guys keep that in mind. Obviously, they should be dealing directly with you. That's exactly why you got a phone number here. Contact me at any time, right? Because if it's about that, all I got to do is have my tablet ready, right? Hello, hey, how you doing? Good, absolutely. Let me ask you, what services you're interested in? Good to go. Well, hold on for me 1 second. Grab my tablet and I get down to business. And thank God that we can make money this way. It's a lot of, So what other questions do you have, gang?
I have a question. I'm going through it with this lady. It's like almost going on a week now, since Friday. She got it installed Friday. She's a vet. And I know I've talked to Tiger about this. I think I'm not sure if I talked to you yet about it, Quincy. So they're giving her like such a hard time. Okay. This lady just served 8 years and came home last year. Obviously was not working a job where she could provide income because she can't. She was shipped away. So she just got back and she gets veterans benefits. Well, we sent them, we uploaded the veterans benefits letter that she has from the actual government. And they told her that it was not a qualifying document. Then, so she was like, okay, they're asking for my income. She called me. She said, they're asking for my proof of income, but I wasn't working. All I have is like 3 pay stubs, and she gets paid bi-weekly because she just started working. So she's like, all I have is like a month and a half of pay stubs, but they're asking for 3 months income. So what do I do? And me personally, like she sent me through the text what her actual pay stubs were. On the side, I added that and like kind of got the average and multiplied that by 12 months. And that lady definitely qualifies. So I said, try give them a call back, call them and set, ACP and find out what's going on. Like, what is the problem? So yesterday, I told her, I said, if you know what I mean, if you want to 3-way me, that way I can hear what's going on. I can learn from that and see what the problem is as well. So they literally told her, you qualify because you're a vet, but I still need your income. How do you qualify but don't qualify? Like, I don't understand that part. So basically they were giving her a hard time and like, oh, well, you might just have to wait until you have enough pay stubs, 3 months. And at that point, that's way past 48 hours to apply it to your Verizon bill. So I didn't know what to tell the girl. I was like, at this point, she's like, I'm ready to just cancel it. And I can't tell this woman, don't cancel it. You know what I mean? But what do you do? What do you do? So I said, well, just know that at this point, she said, I'm ready. I told her, I said, girl, I said, if you only got, now this might've been overstepping and I'll claim it, but I said, girl, if you don't have really an income and you're fresh from home, I said, why don't you, she lives by herself, go get Medicaid. Within 24 hours, you have ACP qualification and you won't have more groceries. And she wants the Xbox. She was like the whole thing. She said, I live by myself. That was the whole thing, was I want the Xbox and the service, because she's about to go back to school with her, I guess her benefits or whatever. So when she was on the phone yesterday, I'm listening in, she 3-wayed me and they're like asking her for a COLA, which is, I guess, the cost of living assessment or whatever from the vet. Like that, I mean, they're putting this girl through the ringer just to get ACP, and she's obviously a vet. She obviously has benefits. And they literally said, you qualify, but we still need your income. So what would you see? Because she's keeping the service. She said, I'm just going to pay for it until I have enough 3 months. But that's like, she was like, I don't, I'm stuck where I don't even know if I can afford to keep it at this point because I haven't worked long enough.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, right, you want to thank her for her service, right? That is no way to treat a veteran.
Yeah.
Right. So we can always show sympathy there, right? That goes a long way. Secondly, I want to make sure that you fully understand here that we're not We're not Verizon in a sense of we do the installations, and we're not ACP in terms of and we are overstepping our boundaries, right? Just so you guys know, right? We do a lot for the client. And when we overextend ourselves, we have to be careful, right? Now the client is contacting you like as if you're the ACP department. Now, here is your area of opportunity for each and every one on this call, okay? Remember what I said before when you're bridging the gap, right? If you're going to be in the middle, if you're going to make the money, then you have to be a problem solver. Study ACP, right? Because again, if you had this already come up, then it's going to come up again. And, there's an area of opportunity, because I can tell you that when it's clients like this, then she know other veterans and she can refer them to you, but you got to be ready for this, right? If you can't handle her problem, there's no way that she's going to refer you. So now at this point, you're stuck in this point where you're like, hey, what do I do? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is study. You're going to have to go read that website for yourself. You're going to have to understand for yourself, right? Because you can't help her, right the way you are. You got to study. And that's just the truth of the matter, if you're going to help her. And then even then you're overextending yourself. But what you're doing also is that you're understanding how ACP works. Each and every one of you guys, and I tell you guys this all the time, each and every one of you guys are more equipped to handle ACP than anybody else that I know of at Verizon, that I know of. And I speak to a lot of people over at Verizon, right? And that's simply because you guys deal with it on a daily basis. Others do not. Right? So you now have a veteran, and that paperwork usually works. I've used that paperwork myself, and anybody else, I'll open up the floor in just a second here, right? But for whatever reason, right, if they're being denied and not at this time here, two things. You're going to have to understand, study, right? And then listen closely to what it is. But I can also tell you that on the back end of this, guys, I don't believe everything that the client tells me. I don't. Because I know how I know how things work. They just kind of want to get they want it the easiest way possible. They want it to be, it's like, hey, why I'm not getting it free? Well, did you actually upload the information? Now I got to do that. Okay, well, I sent over this right here. They never hit me back. Okay, did you follow up? And these are really easy things to handle, but you got to be on top of your business. And really what they're looking at is, well, you said it's free. And yes, you did, right? But what that meant is that, like, I didn't say that you wasn't going to have to actually follow up and get these things done. So that's the plight. That's the biggest plight that we probably have right now, is the fact that they do have homework, meaning they got to make sure they contact Verizon back. So at this point right here, I'm going to tell you, study up, read up on ACP website, understand exactly what they're looking for, ask her if she has that, and have her give them that, right? And then follow up with her to make sure that she get it. Once you actually understand the process better, you're going to be able to educate us, right? So you're going to bring value to the team. And then you're also going to be able to make yourself some good money, because whenever you run across this customer, you're going to be able to handle this. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I know she uploaded it because she did that in front of me. So I saw it, like I have it. She sent a picture of me text message as well. Like, I did upload this. I don't know what's wrong with it. They're telling me I still don't qualify. So my whole thing is, then they said she called them and they said she qualified because she's a vet. But why are they still asking for income then? So do you qualify or don't you? And that's, I guess, what my question was to you, Quincy, because I mean, I sold her a gig. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wanted the gig. Of course, I offered the free, but she, going back to school, and they're offering her benefits to go back to school, so she wants a laptop. She wants to be able to have high speed internet, like highest. So she got a streaming gig. But it's just the fact of the matter is, me personally, I'm asking you because I don't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, I was told, and then just the Social Security, I would think would be able to pull all that up. But again, I'm still learning that end of it. I'm learning as I go over here as far as how ACP is reacting to certain people and why. I don't know, but how you qualify but don't qualify without an income.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got to say to that. I don't know. I'm just learning.
No, when things are like this right here, I don't know, because we got to call in. I got to understand it for myself. I'm not going to take a client's word. When things don't add up that way,
Mhm.
I usually like to make sure I hear things for myself and I get my understanding.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, no
I
way
said,
possible that I
wait,
can
I heard her talking to the lady. So she did say, she was like, well, put her on the hold. And then she said, let me talk to the supervisor. And I got back on. And she's like, the supervisor is saying you need a COLA number, or, I guess how much her benefits are and what it's worth, like how much they gave her. And I don't understand any of it. You talking, I'm not a vet. I don't know what a COLA number is. That came out of left field. Did not expect it. So I'm like, I called Tiger ASAP, like, hey, Marine man, or I mean, Navy man, talk to me, whatever. Somebody tell me something, because I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I know this woman definitely said it. I heard it, I just don't understand why ACP is giving her such a hard time. Me personally, I'm like, you risked your life for 8 years for your country. And the way I look at it is you can have anything free at this point. Cause we all free because you risk your life. So that's I got a deep respect for people that serve. So, I mean, obviously I did thank her for the service, but she was at the end of the call. She was like, at this point, I'm just going to keep it and see what I can do along the line, if I can get my COLA number or whatever.
Yeah, what I would do is that I would contact her before she contacts you and say, hey, listen, did you make any leeway? Did you call what they say today? And then
Right.
listen to what she says, even write it down, and call her back the next day before she even calls you and say, hey, did you make any leeway? What did they say today?
Right.
Right. And then what you do is, right, it's going to make sure that she gets back on that phone, because at no point should you be jumping on the phone, or can I tell you to jump on the phone with them and on her behalf?
Mhm.
No, right?
Right.
It's too much. Now you're overstepping, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Extending yourself. I'm sorry, Mommy, you have your hand raised.
Yes, what they're calling a COLA is a certificate of letter award. Each year you receive that as a veteran, you receive a letter that says the certificate of letter award. It gives you your amount. It gives you your income right on it. And it's good for a whole year. Every year you get a new one. So when they're asking a veteran for COLA, that's what they want. It's called an award letter, certificate of letter award, and it gives the full amount, how long she's going to get it, when it started, everything that they need. That's what when they call in COLA. It's a letter, it's a government letter that she receives benefits.
Right.
That's what she's going to have to submit. That's the only thing that the Uncle Sam is going to give you as far as about your income. It's a certificate letter, a certification letter, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So she needs to send that. She can't use the ID. She can't use any other military, anything. She has to use that COLA letter.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking back, because she sent it to me, and I'm like, it was a letter from the government stating it was a benefit letter that she sent me that she uploaded. It says Department of Veterans Affairs at the top, and then it literally has an amount and everything on here. That's why I'm not understanding, like, dates, everything you just said, it's on there. I'm looking at her text messages right now.
That is her COLA letter.
So that I don't know what they're asking for. She's uploaded it 3 times, she said.
Yeah, Danielle, I'm gonna tell you something right now, right? You cannot stay in a state of confusion.
Yeah.
You can't keep saying, hey, I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. Right? You understand what I'm saying? I'm dizzy now, right? I told you what to do. You contacted her today, say, hey, did you follow up with them? What did they say? Right?
Okay.
Call her before she contacts you. Do not wait to hear back from her, right? Because that's just making sure that you pay it forward, right? She's going to appreciate the fact that you're calling her, following up, but you have to get the answers. Now, what I would do is, because I do want the answer as well, right? But you're going to have to stay on top of her until she gives you the answers and say, hey, listen, here's why this kept coming up. Maybe the date was expired, or maybe it doesn't matter. Again, we just can't stay in this state of confusion.
Okay.
And I wish I could, it sounds like, things like this right here almost make you want to get on the phone with them and say, hey, what's going on here? Explain with a pen and paper, right?
Right.
But I know I'm solution orientated. I'm not gonna keep coming back to you like I don't know what's going on. You know, you're gonna have to intelligently explain to me what's going on here. And that's just what it is. So make sure you follow up with that client and then keep us updated.
Okay, I will do that.
Great job. All right, gang. Listen, that brings us to 8:21. We always go over on this call because there's just so much information. Hopefully you guys are taking some away. That's definitely going to make sure that we enhance your sales this week. Obviously, keep your goals in front of you. Stay focused. I keep you guys on Friday to make sure that you guys are hitting your goals. I want to see you with as many commas in your checks as possible. I'm trying to see who going, who going to put multiple digits, who going to put 5 digits in their check one week, right? Very doable, by the way, very doable, right? You just got to have a system. You just got to focus, right? So obviously, I will see you guys on Friday. Congratulations. Let's kick ass and take names. Let's get it, gang. Later.